Sonic is down over 65% since December. This token has taken a hammering, but is there now light at the end of the tunnel? We've got some major updates here on Sonic. Is this now the time to exit, to give up on this project, or could it be the start of a powerful recovery? We're going to break this down and a lot more. If you like this type of content, smash up the likes. Do not forget to subscribe. Let's get straight into this one here, guys. Look, it's been a painful chart here for Sonic. And look, let's not just say it's just Sonic. We are, of course, down here 65% here since December. That is a painful pullback, particularly this downtrend which started on the 10th of May. It's just been getting worse and worse and worse, losing key support, falling. Is this the end of the road for Sonic? Is it time to move on from this project and maybe look to acquire that part of the portfolio to another altcoin? The reality is, like I say time and time again here on this channel, conviction is very different to marrying a project. Conviction is you believing in a thesis, believing in an idea, believing in a team, but marrying a project is believing in them regardless of what they do, right? And that's not where I'm at. If a team is going after a project which I think they're going to deliver and I back them and I think they're going to do good work, I'll hold. If I think they're not doing good work, I will not hold. And that's what we need to come into in here. Now, the other elephant in the room we need to talk about is this lack of vocality from Andre Cronje. Whether we like it or not, this project does well when Andre Cronje is vocal and when he's not vocal, when he's not memeing, when he's not on Twitter. Just like how on a bigger scale, Elon Musk does really well memeing when he's tweeting, etc. This project suffers when Andre Cronje goes into build mode. And that's a problem that needs to be figured out. The community struggles to keep the relevance when Andre Cronje is not posting. So we've got a lot to unpack here in this video. If you like this type of content, please do subscribe. Check out WEEX, links in description. Up and coming exchange, no KYC. Check it out, links in description. And if you sign up to WEEX and message me in Telegram with your UID, you can get a free month of my VIP trading community in Telegram. So you're going to see my exact altcoin trades. So check that out, link in the description. So it's been a positive day here for Sonic, up 4%, but I mean, and on strong volume as well, incidentally, but it's just been painful, right? It's been painful because we lost really important support at 39. We're now pretty much in no man's territory, right? I mean, the wick we had on the 3rd of Feb went as low as 30 cents flat. That's going to be a crucial level. If we fall any lower than that, then really you're in downside price discovery, which is really painful. If we jump onto the token specifically, you can see we are now 69th on CoinMarketCap with a market cap less than $1 billion now. I mean, less than $1 billion here in terms of Sonic's market cap. And that's something for you guys to factor into your investments as well, which we'll talk about. Now, there are a few positive things. 330% Sonic address growth. I mean, that's huge, right? Sitting at 2.8 million unique addresses, which is interesting. But more importantly, in the main news I wanted to cover off today is, look, we're getting a Coinbase listing. Right, we're getting a Coinbase listing. We've been asking for this since the Phantom era. When Coinbase, but Coinbase didn't want to list it. And now, fairly new into the Sonic world, right? After the rebrand, guess what? Sonic Network to be listed. And this is not as simple as listing, another token. For example, in the announcement, they're going to list Pancake on ERC20 token. For Sonic, they have to list a whole new network. They have to build the capability to interact with the Sonic network, which means you could transfer USDC via Sonic Network. You can, of course, use the Sonic token, etc. Interesting update. And I wonder how many more people are going to get exposure to Sonic. Of course, Fartcoin getting a Coinbase listing on the Solana network as well. But we need to think about it, right? Because I think a lot of people overplay this Coinbase listing. Is it a good step? Yes. Is it important? Yes. Does it show a level of maturity in the project? For me, that's what I'm taking away from this. More so than me thinking, oh, we're going to be on Coinbase and loads of people are going to buy it and up we go, we get this massive pump. I think those days are gone. The Coinbase pump, which you used to get, if those who remember in the previous cycle, those were epic. You're kind of not getting those anymore. But what we can notice is that for me, what I'm taking away from this is that it shows the team is doing something right. Coinbase, especially in this type of environment when the SEC is so hard and they have had so many investigations and everyone's looking at Coinbase with a fine-tooth comb, they would have done their research. They would have done their research. They would have checked tokenomics. They would have checked the auditing. They would have checked everything. This is not like you getting a listing on a third-tier exchange, right? This is you getting listed on Coinbase. It's a big deal. So that's what I'm taking away from this, that clearly the team's done something right for Coinbase to go ahead and get them listed. That's a positive sign. So coming back into the price action, I mean, for me, look, why do I like Sonic? Let's just remind ourselves. Is it because, you know, is it because of anything, you know, really exciting and fun? No, I'll be honest with you, not. No, the reason is, and it's always been the reason for my investment in Sonic, and the reason I will continue to hold for now, is because I think they're going to pop off in DeFi, right? If you go back to the previous cycle when they had close to $10 billion locked, total value locked in DeFi, the value locked as a percentage of their market cap, the valuation was hugely undervalued. And for now, for me, it's the same, right? You've got $1.6 billion locked in DeFi, but your market cap is less than $1 billion. For me, this is where the arbitrage lies. This is the reason I want to hold Sonic. So again, just to remind you, look at these numbers just here above my head here, this column here, the market cap to DeFi TVL. Ethereum, you're paying at a 2 times multiple. Solana, you're paying at a 3.6 multiple. Binance, 10 multiple. If you look at Tron, 5 multiple. Arbitrum's very undervalued, 0.4. Sui, you're paying at 3.46 value. Avalanche, which has great tech as well, just like Sonic, 3 times multiple. Hyperliquid, 5.8 times multiple. You get the point, right? Even Aptos, you're paying at 1.75, and then Sonic, 0.69. So if you look at this list straight away, you can see that Arbitrum is hugely undervalued in terms of just this one metric, and of course Sonic, 0.69. This for me is the thesis, right? I genuinely believe when Sonic pops off, you will see more DeFi. You'll see close to that $10 billion in total value locked, if not more, when people really start to use the chain. And again, once that happens, price is a lagging measure. I'm happy that price is suppressed because it allows me opportunity to continue to add to the bag and get it ready for a big move to the upside here, up towards $1 and beyond. And again, that's my thesis in investing. Does it mean my whole portfolio is going to be Sonic? No. And I think that's what a lot of you guys suffer from. I know you don't like it when I say it. You suffer because an outsized percentage of your portfolio is in Sonic. And I said it when it was called Phantom, and I'll say it again when it's called Sonic. You can go back to my videos from years ago. The reason I can hold, the reason I can have conviction, the reason I can say emotionless to this stuff is because I keep everything within its percentage in the portfolio. When Phantom went crazy and got crazy returns, I trimmed some and I bought other coins, right? So I can keep my portfolio safely proportioned in other projects. I don't have 90% of my portfolio and all of my net worth in Sonic. No. That's gambling. I don't do that. I build portfolios, and that's what I do, okay? So, you know, same here. If Sonic goes crazy and does a 10x from here, I'm going to trim some and I'm going to buy some other coins. I'm not going to let Sonic grow into 89% of portfolio. I made some of that mistake with Terra Luna, and I got wrecked on it. I made a video on how I got wrecked on it. So I've learned from my mistakes, and that way I keep my portfolio diversified and spread out. Because whenever you think a project is going to do well, when you think it's too big to fail, that's exactly when it fails, right? Let's remind you about right? I lost a bunch of money on this coin. Again, lucky, I'd learned from my previous lessons. It wasn't too big a part of my portfolio, but again, I'm not happy. I let it get to quite a big part of, like a more of a chunk than I wanted it to be. Let's just say that. Okay, so follow your route, follow your game plan. Make sure you don't let any single altcoin be a bigger part of your portfolio than it needs to be, and be patient. So to wrap things up on Sonic, do I like Sonic? I still like Sonic. Do they need to get to work? Yes, but the reality is I couldn't care less if they get to work right now. We're in an altcoin, limbo. No altcoin's really smashing it. Some new exciting one grabs the attention every now and then, but rising tide is going to lift these ships, and that's when the price targets are going to come into fruition. Not now. If all altcoins are popping off and then Sonic is not popping off, there's a decision to be made. I need to get out. I need to rotate into a project that's moving because I'm missing this bull market. But right now, there's not much going on. Hyperliquid has done well. Fine. You buy yourself some Hyperliquid and you DCA into it. What else? What else is really popping off? Griffin moves every now and then. Some of the AI plays move every now and then. Bitcoin, of course, you need Bitcoin as part of your portfolio. But I can't judge it now when all of these markets are suppressed. If Jerome Powell is cutting interest rates, if the markets are popping off, if altcoins are exploding everywhere and Sonic is just sitting here like a dead duck, then of course I'm going to come out and say, look, guys, I'd hate to do it, but I got to cut some of this Sonic. I got to rotate out and get myself into some of these other projects which are moving because I'm not married to a single token. Hopefully this makes sense, guys. Let me know your comments below on Sonic. I know a lot of you guys have been messaging on any other video I make. Sonic update, guys. This is crypto. I'm not a Sonic, just a Sonic maxi guy. I don't just hold Sonic. I hold different cryptos. I monitor the market. I monitor Bitcoin. I monitor all coins. So you're going to get videos on everything, okay? Not just Sonic. If you want Sonic updates, then jump into the Telegram, ask me directly there, and I can give you more regular TA updates, and on Twitter as well. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to smash all the likes. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.